What is going on, my YouTube friends? Well, guys, we're gonna smoke some salmon. Yes, we are. I got the salmon out here. I got it pretty much trimmed up, washed off, patted down, got all the dampness out of it, and we are gonna add our seasoning, and we're gonna let it sit overnight, and then we're gonna smoke it tomorrow. Yeah, buddy. So let's turn around here and see what we got going on. Alrighty, so what we got our salmon fillet. We got little extras here where I trimmed off the bottom down here. And the reason why I do that, because this is the belly and stuff like that. And normally I save this for the cats. And we only got one cat, so I don't know, maybe the dogs would get some. But anyhow, I went ahead and I felt to make sure that there's no bones or anything sticking out. Nothing like that. All you gotta do is just follow around there and just feel and see. And make sure there's no bones. If there are any bones or anything like that, you just pluck them out. Yeah, buddy. So I got some garlic pepper. I got some kosher salt. Let's get back over here. I got some kosher salt, garlic pepper, and some pepper. And I got brown sugar. So we're going to do a dry rub on this. We're going to put it in the refrigerator, let it sit overnight. It'll suck all that moisture out of there. Then tomorrow morning we'll wash it off and we'll throw it on the smoker. And this is probably a couple hours smoke. It depends on how, the heat wants to act in the smoker tomorrow. Tomorrow's supposed to be a really nice and warm day. So yeah, that's a nice piece of salmon, that's for sure. All right, well, let me bring you right back. Right, so I went ahead and I got my brown sugar and everything. I got my garlic and my salt, and I use the kosher's coarse salt. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, we'll get her in there. There we go. So I use that. It's coarse salt, and we'll whisk this all together. And then we'll get it over here and get this mixed up good. As you can see, I've already peppered the fish. So then I'll go ahead and get this stirred up together, make it nice and ready to go. And then I'll add it to this. I'll bring it right back. Alrighty, so I'll go ahead and get this sprinkled on here. Yeah, buddy. So what this will do, this will actually bring all the juices out of the fish, and we'll call it salmon. It'll bring all the moisture out is what I'm looking for. Yeah, not juices, moisture. And it will let it cook overnight in the refrigerator. Not cook, but marinate. How's that? And we'll cover that up good. And I'll save some of this and I'll put it underneath there. And I always leave the skin on when I do it. Just the way I've always done it. Seems to work good. But still, I will still put this right here on the bottom on the cookie sheet when I set this down in there, so that way it'll take the moisture out of the skin too. So let me bring it right back. So as you can see, we got all this in here. Like I said, I got that right there for the cat. Maybe the dogs too. Depends on if my wife lets me. She's like, oh no, we can't give that to the cat. It'll make them have diarrhea. Oh wait, she's sitting over there. She heard everything I said. So anyhow, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cover this up. Get that in there, so that way she's all nice and covered up. Nice and tight. And like I said, this right here will bring all the moisture out of it. And tomorrow, we'll wash everything off of it, get it clean, and get it ready for the smoker. And it'll probably take about 2.5 hours to smoke this, give or take. But it's gonna be delicious, I promise you. Yeah, buddy. Day 2, yeah, buddy, it's morning. So actually, We've had this salmon in the refrigerator for about 12 hours. And we'll get in there maybe a little bit more because I think I put it in at like 10 to 11 last night, and it's right now 20 after 11. So it's been in there for a little over 12 hours. Good timing, it really is. So it really helps. We draw a lot of that moisture out of here. We're gonna get ready and clean it up, wash all the salt and the flour and everything off of it that we had on there last night. And I'll turn this around and let you look at it here in just a second, you know. But this salmon is cured. So what I mean by that is that it's basically cooked itself while it was drawing all these juices and everything out. So this is the really cool thing about it. We can put it on the smoker and it won't take so long to smoke. So I'm gonna clean it up and we'll get this thing and yeah, let's turn this around and see what we got first. Yeah, okay. So here we go, we got it. And you see all this juice and all this stuff around here. Well, that's where all this brown sugar and salt and everything, that's where it drawed all the moisture out of this fish. So like I said, it's cured. So basically you can cut yourself off a piece of that and you can eat that, you know, but I'd want to clean it up first. But as you see the difference in the color, oh yeah. So kind of like cured, I guess I have to say it kind of like cooked itself. Yeah, buddy. So I'm gonna take this over here to the sink. I'm gonna get it cleaned up, put some new aluminum foil down, and I'm gonna put the ingredients and stuff that I'm gonna put on here to get this thing on the smoker and we can get it smoking. So it should only take a couple hours to smoke this. It depends on how much I tend the smoker while it's smoking, because I don't have a set timer. I don't have a set temperature. I just have to keep an eye on it and add wood and slow her down and speed her up as much as I can. So let me bring you back after I get this all cleaned up. So I got it over there. I got it good and patted dry, so it's ready to add some seasoning and stuff to it. So is what I got is I got some lemon pepper, and this is fine, so that's why I buy this right here, because it's fine. My wife had some, but it was coarse, but I'd rather use the fine for this. And then, yeah, buddy, black peppercorn. Yes, yes. So we'll grind some of this on there too. And I will put my always go-to salt, seasoned salt. Yes, it's got a little bit of everything in it, you know. So with that and the lemon and the black pepper, I think we will have, it'll be really good. So, and I always tell you this stuff is great to use, but be careful. Don't put a ton on it because it will overpower everything. So, all right, so let me get all this on there, get the ingredients on there and get it on there. And when I dried this off, I used paper towel and I patted it. I did the both sides. And like I said, I always leave the skin on, you know, so that's just what I prefer, because it seems like when I take the skin off, it always seems like it dries up. So we don't want it dried up. We want it to be smoked and delicious and flaky and all that good stuff, because basically I'm using this to make a dip. Of course, we're gonna cut a little bit off for ourselves and, you know, and enjoy it. So, all right, let me get this on there and I'll bring you back. We got her seasoned up. And with it all seasoned up and everything like that, we're gonna let it get to room temperature. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna fire up the smoker and we'll get this thing smoking. As always, I always show you how I start my barquettes up. I always use Kingsford, and this is the apple wood charcoal barquettes. So this really works well, and I get it started, and then I will put some hickory wood in there later on to keep everything going, but we will start everything off today with applewood Kingsford barquettes. Yeah, buddy. And no, they're not paying me for this. I had to pay for that bag. But hey, if they want to send me some, you know, applewood Kingsford charcoal barquettes, I'm good with it. So let me get the charcoal in here. We'll get that fire started. And like I said, I always use the leftover bags to get my charcoal started. Yeah, buddy. So waste not, want not, I don't know, something like that. So let me get this in there and get this thing fired up and I'll bring it back. So I got everything pretty much set up over here. Of course, you know, when I get done smoking, I always try to clean up afterwards, so that way when I do another smoke, I can always just get started. So I will be cooking that salmon just on the grills here, and that's it. I won't be putting nothing down. That way the smoke can penetrate it from the bottom, from the top. And yes, I know there's skin there, but don't think it won't soak it up, because it will. So once you get that skin nice and done, and the salmon gets nice and done, It'll peel right off that skin. It'll make a superb dip. Yes, it will. So, like I says, we'll use hickory, and I'll get all everything started right there, and it's gonna be a beautiful thing. So let me finish getting this prepared, and again, I got the beagle sitting right out here with me. Yep. Wife's been in the shed, so gotta have the beagles. Alrighty, so we got the fire out going. Of course, it's not up to temperature now because I got the lid open, but we're starting our smoke. Yeah, buddy, we're gonna get her done. And again, you can see the coals down there, good and hot. So let's close this up and start the smoke. Well, we got the wife a new grill. It was time. Never heard of it, but heck, you know, it was a good price. So, you know, if it lasts us a couple years, we're good. And it's pretty nice, actually. It's, you know, 4 burners. Oh, yeah. 590 square inch cooking area. That's pretty nice. She used it yesterday, so she's breaking it in. So that's pretty nice. Because then it got a little wood chip thing if you want to do a little smoke. It's got a place to do a sear. You know, this right here gets up to 15,000 BTU sear. Oops, let me get over here. Sear burner. So yeah, that'd be nice searing that. So it's in red, baby, so it's got to be hot. So yeah, so we'll get this. We can utilize this, and we cook any kind of chicken or anything like that. We can put some wood chips in there. Yeah, and get a little smoke flavor with it. Cook salmon. We can cook anything we want on this. So it's actually pretty nice. And it was a good price. It was a good price. And then the old one, it's lasted us about 15 years. We can't complain. But the bottom's starting to rot out of it and stuff. So I'll use it to start my chimney and stuff like that. So that way when I'm doing my smoker, we can get her done. Yeah, baby. All right, so right now we've been in there for a couple hours. It's saying 200 degrees. So like I explained once before that, you know, the heat's up here and the meat is down here cooking. So the heat is gonna differ from there to there. I know it's a small space, but the heat will differ, trust me. But I have to say, does that look delicious or what? Oh yeah. So this is about done. I got them waiting to fume a little bit more, about another half hour, and then we'll check it, and then we'll get it off the smoker. And whew, yeah, buddy. All right. What happened to it? Where'd it go? Listen, man, you can tell by that. There it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I'm gonna let it sit for a while, and then we'll get it in there and taste it. Let's let it rest a little bit, cool down. Yeah, it looks super and smells super yummy. Oh yeah, buddy, look at that. That is a perfectly smoked salmon. It really is. And I am anxious to try it. All right, so this is the smoked salmon. And I mean, when I open it up out of this, the smell just hit me right dead square in the face, man. I mean, it smells awesome. Look at that. Huh? Look at that. Is that beautiful or what? Oh, man. Let me turn this around. Well, I have to say, that thing looks phenomenal. Oh, it smells so good. Such a good smoke. Wow. Just wow. Just wow. I have to say, it tastes really good, but it's a little more salty than what I'd want it to be, but it's still very, very good. So I think I added maybe a little bit too much salt. But we're gonna make a dip out of this, and I'll bring you back to that. So, guys, I'm telling you, this is awesome. Like I said, I had a little bit too much salt, but it's still really good. You guys are awesome. I don't care what anybody says. And if anybody tells you any different, You tell them come see me and I'll tell them you're awesome. Oh, yeah, buddy. So I took a piece out to the wife, and myself, I don't eat a lot of salt. When I do, it's usually this new salt. So, I mean, that's usually what I use. So I don't eat a lot of salt. So she says it's probably more salty tasting to me than it is to her. But she said next time we will need to lower down on the salt a little bit, though. So there is a little bit too much salt in it. But it still tastes really awesome, man. I mean, it's really good. So when I turn this into a dip, I just won't use no salt in the dip because there's enough salt there. So it'd be good. So, guys, until next time, you guys are awesome. If anybody tells you any different, you tell them come see me and I'll tell them you're awesome. You have a great rest of your day, night, or whatever time it was you watch this. The dip will be coming soon. It's going to be the next video. Yeah, buddy.